Welcome to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Christina Ping. She is CEO of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. To our viewers at home, thank you for being on the journey with us today. We've been doing financial wellness series from each week to the next, and I know that you're enjoying it. Today's show specifically talks about financial wellness versus physical and mental wellness. Are they one and the same? How do they correlate? Stay with us. We're going to do a deep dive into that subject today. Christina, how are you today?
Great to be here with you. Oh, my dear best friend, we just have loved this entire physical and financial and mental, this wellness series.
Yes.
That has brought so much information. People are really responding to this.
Yes, they love it because it's so different. And honestly, no one else on TV is talking about this subject right now. And that's what makes it so different.
Yes. I think sometimes people don't want to talk about it. I think that's what's really going on. But I mean, we're just hitting this right out of the gate.
Yes, yes. When you think about it, physical wellness, mental wellness, financial wellness, talk about some foundations and habits.
So first, when we think about physical habits, we want to think about your regular exercise, good nutrition, and of course, rest. We want you to sleep and be healthy. Keeping that stress low is very important. I don't know if I'm the pot or the kettle today, but keeping that stress low is very important. And we do find that in retirement, that's a little bit easier to manage because you have more time for exercise. You have more time to cook good, nutritious foods. And then, of course, more time to rest.
That is true. That is true. And what about mental wellness? This is a big one.
Yes. So I think that the overall mindfulness is important, but managing that stress and healthy relationships. I will say that in the stress management, one of the things that I have found is just the very best is to stop and think, is it going to matter in 5 years? If it will not matter in 5 years, don't give it 5 seconds of stress. Please don't do that. It's not worth it. Stop and be in control of how you're going to respond to things. I've had a very stressful situation for months, and I stop and think, it is my responsibility and my privilege to get to handle this with class and with grace the way that I choose.
Absolutely.
And it has lowered the stress so significantly, and my happiness level has been greater. And when you're able to have that mindfulness of what it is that makes you happy and fulfilled, I think that that just brings that mental wellness to you even more so.
It most definitely does. And those two things are so important, the physical wellness and the mental wellness, reminding us to always take care of ourselves, put yourself first. There's only one you in the world, and that's so important to remember. And then tying into being financially well,
Yes.
How do we tie that into the program too?
Well, the very first thing is that we want to make sure that you are budgeting. Is your budget in order? Do you know exactly how much you need to make sure that you are taken care of month in and month out? Saving, mindful spending. It feels good to spend money. If you're stressed, it feels great to spend money, whether you're clicking on Amazon or if you're out there shopping for something that does release endorphins. It's been proven over and over. So that mental health, when it's out of whack a little bit and you're stressed and then you want to financially knock your health out, I mean, you have to be really careful, be mindful of all of those. And all three in conjunction are very important. Another piece that I practice that's just beyond the physical, mental, and financial is, of course, the spiritual health.
Yes.
If that's something that is important to you, I personally feel like my relationship with God is much more important than anything. So it prioritizes over top of the financial, the mental, and the physical, because that's the reason for it for me. So if that's the way that applies, I mean, I encourage you to use the same.
Most definitely. And again, in those moments of stillness, that's when you can hear his voice the clearest. I truly believe that.
That's right.
So we're talking about the whole picture here for financial wellness, physical and mental wellness. I have to talk about prevention. Prevention is key. And let's think about that. Prevention with your physical health. How can we handle that?
Well, your physical health, of course, you have wellness visits or just regular checkups. And this will bring you early detection if something is wrong. What are some of those signals? Of course, we all know, I think it's maybe an over 40 thing, high blood pressure.
That's true.
Your cholesterol starts to get out of whack a little bit, but keeping those checkups in, having the early detection, seeing if there's a way that we can promote wellness instead of just healing illness, getting ahead of that is going to put you on scale.
Mm. What about mental health when it comes to prevention?
I think that awareness and addressing this is going to be important. A lot of times you're aware that you're not mentally well, but are you addressing it? Are you removing whatever the illness is in your life? And for some people, it comes in different packages. I will tell you something about me. I think you already know this, but I don't like clutter and cluster.
No, you do not.
It bothers me, like I mentally can't function well. And I have to
know.
have, and it goes the same. It makes me very successful in my career, but obviously it gets on nerves of my family members. But, inside I like to have the portfolios in order a certain way, files in order a certain way, processes are a certain way. And it's the same at home. I like my home to be clean,
Yes.
not clustered. Lived in and played in are different, of course, because my grandson has his playhouse right in the middle of my living room.
Which
So
is perfect.
that is what it is. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just that cluster of things undone
Yes.
and just not put where they belong. And I think that when you have that type of situation mentally, that it physically inhibits you. And then, of course, financially, it inhibits you as well. Because I've had a situation where I was, living with someone that I was married to, and I called it the shove. I mean, they just constantly shove, 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 shove. And I'd be like, oh, do we need this specific supply? And then I was overbuying things because we didn't need it. It was just shoved back somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think that really clearing those things out, opportunity arises in retirement. You have time to declutter, time to clear those things out, bring that clarity and that happiness.
You most definitely do. And of course, if you recognize that something is wrong, the most important thing is to seek help. Wouldn't you agree, Christina? Especially going back to mental health.
Yes.
If you feel that something is a little off, please don't miss the opportunity to take advantage of calling in and talking to someone about it, because it's so important.
Even if it's just a reassurance sometimes, I think that sometimes when we're in toxic situations, we tend to start doubting our own reality. There is
Absolutely.
only one reality, not our own reality, but just starting to doubt reality. Even if you see something with your own eyes and hear it with your own ears, and then you're being, gaslit to something else, it can mentally challenge you.
Absolutely.
And that actually happens in financial services.
Oh, I'm sure.
And you've got to watch for that and keep that health, that wealth, that physical, mental, financial, emotional, spiritual, all of that in order.
Yes. Well, you told us about the client that came in that actually thought that growth was a good thing because someone that she purchased a product from told her that it was, but you shed some light on that. So
Yes.
it is confusing. It can cause some mental angst. If you're confused and you're not sure what you even have in your portfolio, call Christina, 877-893-5099. She is so good about providing clarity and peacefulness for your retirement. Christina, this next one, talking about prevention, of course, what about financial health with monitoring accounts, if you will? Talk a little bit about that.
Being able to make adjustments are very important. One of the things I want to encourage you to constantly monitor is going to be debt. Debt can erode your savings because you're paying out more in interest than what you're actually bringing in or earning. And I want to make sure that you understand that preventative care is critical to your health, and it's going to bring in crisis management from happening. We don't want to have to deal with an emergency. We want to have prevention. We want to have positivity. We want to have a very productive life, mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, all of the above. What can we do to help get you in order? Folks, I do want to encourage you to talk about your tax health. We have a Roth Quiz. This quiz is wonderful. And when you're looking at what can I do to have tax-free savings for the future, well, what does that account for inside of your savings plan versus your spending plan? It's going to be after taxes. So having tax-free money to spend later on down the road, take the Roth Quiz. It's the powerful rothquiz.com, or you can click on that QR code on the screen. What this is going to do is let you know, could a Roth conversion be good for you? Contributions and conversions are very different, and we actually talk about that in the book, The Retirement Train. We would love to give you this book. You can either call the number on the screen there, 877-893-5099, or click the QR code, come in and visit us in our Lexington or Louisville office, grab a copy, or call the number on the screen there again and just give your address and we'll mail it to you. We would love to give you this information, bless you with this information and peace of mind.
Christina, thank you so much. To the viewers at home, the number to call is 877-893-5099, 877-893-5099. If you're rushing out the door, you can grab your smartphone, open up the camera app, and click on the QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. That's the way to get on the fast track for the schedule of Powerful Legacy so that you can come in for your consultation and have peace of mind. Most importantly, to receive a copy of Christina's book, as she mentioned, call the number, leave your name and address, 877-893-5099, or stop into one of the locations, either Lexington or Louisville. When we come back, we're talking all about financial wellness. We're going to talk about resilience and recovery when we return.
Market losses aren't the only risk in retirement. One of the biggest and most overlooked could be the tax bill on your qualified assets, like 401ks, IRAs, etc. As tax rates change, so does the value of your retirement income. A Roth conversion may help reduce exposure and create more predictability. But timing and strategy matter. Want to see if a Roth conversion could be right for your plan? Take the Roth Conversion Quiz today. It's free, and it could help you make a more informed decision about your financial future. Scan the QR code on the screen or visit powerfulrothquiz.com to take our Roth Conversion Quiz today.
Welcome back to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Christina Ping. She is CEO of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. And we're talking all about the Financial Wellness series, talking about financial wellness versus physical and mental wellness. You need to have all of those pieces together for you to have a holistic retirement plan. Christina, this next one, this is so important on every aspect of life when you think about it. Resilience and recovery. Talk a little bit about that for physical resilience at first. What is that one?
Our bodies are so amazing. On a very, very personal level, I have suffered from major gastrointestinal issues for over 20 years. I've had major surgeries, and your body is so amazing and will heal, but you need to promote that wellness. My internal disease doctor, and I talk about him in the book, The Retirement Train, said, if you don't eat food like it's medicine, you're going to eat medicine like it's food.
Great point.
That is such an amazing and very powerful statement, because using food for wellness is one of the most important things that we can do. And I do definitely still indulge in a couple things that I shouldn't. And I notice it makes your body ill. Yeah, cookies.
I know. Yeah. Let's not get started.
That was the first thing that I was thinking about.
I know.
We love cookies.
Yes, we do.
But also think about recovering from injury and how amazing that our bodies are. If we're injured and then we're able to recover from that. And a lot of times people talk about a slip and fall.
Yeah.
When you're older, a lot of times you're actually not having a slip and fall and a break.
Absolutely.
You're breaking, then you fall.
Ooh, good
That's
point.
because you're not looking at the internal, what's going on with your bones and all of that health.
Absolutely. So again, it's all about making sure your body is physically resilient at all ages. Mental resilience. Wow, this is a big one. Really, the power of positive thinking comes into mind when I'm looking at that one.
It does. The mental and the spiritual are going to go hand in hand for me. I know that your mind can bounce back from stress. You can have some setbacks and you're going to make it. You are in control of that.
Yes.
If you need help, get help. I have prayed myself through things that I never thought I would pray for, and have been through situations where folks, I never saw them coming, completely blindsided. And those do happen in life. They can happen in retirement, absolutely. It could be a divorce or an illness, or maybe something's going on with a family member, whatever it may be. Please understand that you do have hope always. And you can bounce back from this. You are strong.
Absolutely. You are strong. Financial resilience. Let's talk about why it's important to be financially resilient, especially when something unexpected comes your way. How do you prepare for that, Christina?
Unexpected. What if you have a job loss? Or what if there's a major market downturn? This has nothing to do with you. Again, divorce and health situations. These are all financially devastating and a lot of times unexpected. And what do? We just proactively understand that we need to be able to adjust your plan. If you have your plan in place and you're working, you're saving, or whether you're retired and you're dispersing, we need to be flexible with this and be able to be resilient and be able to adjust to these unexpected things that come along.
I'm so glad that you brought that up because so often, Christina, you have people that are coming into the office for the very first time and they're bringing into what they think is a statement into your hands. They're saying, here is my plan. This is my statement. This is going to be everything that I need for retirement. One step further, you have people that have come in that have said, you know what, I haven't heard from my financial advisor in over 3 years. Is this a red flag?
Mhm.
So we're talking about the importance of being resilient. Talk about the importance of a second opinion because you've had some people come in recently, Christina, that just needed to get your eyes on something. How does that help build resiliency for a secure financial future?
When we're talking about this physically, emotionally, financially, first off, you want to have a doctor guiding you for your physical health. You definitely need a therapist and prayer on the mental and emotional. Financial guidance, the expertise, and someone that's going to hold you accountable, and they're going to be accountable as well. This is so important. We get this word that's thrown around a lot, the word fiduciary. Don't ask somebody, are you a fiduciary? Ask this question instead. How do you practice your fiduciary responsibility? Show me how. Tell me why.
Mm,
How much are you paid? What is it worth? What am I paying for? What are some of the hidden fees inside of this, if there are any? If you get someone that's in front of you that's a professional and they start wiggling in their seat, you're in the wrong place. I'm
it's
happy to
true.
tell someone
It's
exactly
true.
where everything is because that's your money. You earned this your entire life. It is very important to have a guide that is going to take care of this money and be a good steward of this for you and with you to make sure that you're going to have everything you need.
Most definitely. And I would love to spend a few minutes talking about the retirement train before we take the next commercial break.
Yes.
Someone could be visiting Lexington and Louisville for the very first time. Maybe they're watching the show for the first time. What exactly is the book, The Retirement Train, and why are people getting a copy?
We just had this happen not long ago. This gentleman was traveling on I-75, which goes all the way from the Canadian border down to point zero in Florida. And I'm telling you, he had watched the show in his hotel room and decided to just come by the office and get a copy of the book. And he ended up calling me and saying, hey, can you service someone that lives in Michigan? I'm like, yes, I can. What's going on? And he shared with me that he had been in a hotel in Kentucky and had just been traveling. And he stopped by and got a copy of the book. We have several people stop by and get a copy, so I didn't think anything of it.
Okay.
And he has become one of my favorite clients. Him and his wife are just such great people. And to be able to meet someone just by the chance. And he said to me not too long ago, they came to our open house, and he said, God turned that TV on that morning because he said, I never
Aw,
watch TV.
that's so
And
crazy.
turned that TV on because I wanted to watch the local news because I noticed that the weather was a little spicy.
Spicy. He's cute.
And, yes, they are so much fun.
Aw.
And you never know what's going to come your way. And I think about that. And the retirement train is just such a great trove of knowledge here. And I know that you're going to love it. It's easy to read. It's easy to understand. And everyone who has read it tells me that they learned something. So if you're seeking information, please come by, get a copy. You can also call the number on the screen, 877-893-5099. We will mail you a copy. We would love to give this to you. It's on us. How can we bless you with this information?
Christina, thank you so much. To our viewers at home, we sometimes take for granted that perhaps you've been watching the show every week. But if this is new to you, if you're visiting the area, or even better, if you've moved to the area and you're looking for the right financial planner, this is the person to call. Call in today to 877-893-5099. As you can clearly see, Christina is very passionate about having financial wellness in your retirement years. If you don't know where to start and all of this is new to you, call in to 877-893-5099 or grab your smartphone, click on the QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. Takes you right to the landing page of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. You can schedule your time with Christina and the team today. We're going to take a very short commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Once again, 877-893-5099 is the number. We'll be right back momentarily.
So first off, our team is growing by the minute. We have some new admin. I have a brand new full-time Louisville advisor, and just growing and growing. And when I think about the overall culture, and again, family, I want them to be treated like family because we're going to treat our clients like family. So it bleeds out into everything that we do. When people come in to see us, they generally don't shake our hands. They're hugging us, like family. It's such a great environment. Birthdays, we celebrate together. During the holidays, I try my best to do just something very special for that one specific person. And I just think about that culture and how I would want that to feel, because I've been in that corporate environment. It is not fun. And so what can I do to have the total opposite? It's as simple as a handshake still means something, and my word means something, because it truly is a blessing to get to serve others in every way.
Welcome back to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Christina Ping. She is CEO of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. And this series is all about financial wellness, really breaking it down to physical, mental, and financial wellness all in one package today. Christina, I should ask you about quality of life. This is a big one. You want all of your clients to have the best quality of life. Talk about why that's important.
Quality of life is the most important thing. If you do not agree, folks, you have not enjoyed quality. And the quality is up to you. When we think about physical quality, this is what gives you the energy to live fully, what you're really looking for. Whether it's going to be traveling, playing some pickleball, getting out there having a good time. We got our pickleball.
We sure do.
Paddles here.
Yeah.
We can play some pickleball.
I got the ball.
Have a big time. Oh, I'm going to hit it totally.
Are you really
Are we
ready?
going to make a mess? Go.
Okay. Oh, we are going to make such a mess. Oh, see, I told you. Moving on.
We're not winners at pickleball.
We are so professional at this. Yes.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Okay. And you think about it, what makes you really happy? And I think about food. I am personally fueled on tacos. So that's just the way it's going to be. You can trade tacos for financial advice anytime. That's going to work out. What makes you happy physically? What is that? What fulfills you? Getting out there, moving around, being healthy, having that energy in life. When you are healthy physically, that's what it's going to do.
Most definitely. And what about, most importantly, being healthy mentally? So much of us carry so much stress and baggage.
Yes.
How do you make sure that someone can thrive and be mentally healthy when it comes to the retirement years?
Well, I must say, on a personal basis, being single makes me very happy. I know that's awful to say, but not having that constant emotional stress of someone, that's not good for my mental health. And sometimes it's just a great blessing, and not complaining, not anything out. I mean, life gives you lessons, and when you take those lessons, they come in lemons, so you make lemonade.
Yep.
But that clarity, that emotional and mental clarity, and that peace of mind, that emotional stability, it is all up to me. And when I am fully in control of that, I'm responsible for that. You are responsible. You are in control. Enjoy that. Have that peace of mind. What is it that brings you that peace of mind? One of the things that brings me the best peace of mind is being able to afford the things that I enjoy. Knowing that I can go to the grocery store without a calculator, knowing that I can take my family on a vacation once a year and it's not going to strain me, because I see a lot of families that put vacations on credit cards.
Yes, that's true.
And what is it that you can do that's going to bring you that peace? Well, when I didn't have the money, one of the things that I used to do was just whatever was free. My boys and I would have a board game night every Friday night, or we would, home make pizza and things like that were inexpensive because we just didn't have the means. And sometimes if you find yourself in that situation, that doesn't mean that emotionally and mentally you need to inhibit yourself, because you can find happiness in everything.
Yes, you can. It's a choice, most definitely.
Yes.
Now I want to play a board game. I love board games.
Oh, me too. We probably do better than hitting the ball, right?
That is a given. Mine is like way over there. I mean, anyway, so board games are it. Well, what financial health? And what about how that gives you freedom? Financial health.
It's not about money. It's about the freedom. It's about having those choices to do what you want, reducing that stress.
Yes.
And even though money doesn't buy happiness, it can buy the freedom, which reduces the stress and brings happiness. So having those things in order, it's not about how much money you have made and how much money you have saved. It's about what you keep. It's about what you're spending. So having those things in control, really understanding what it means for you to be fully financially well, that's where we need to be.
I have to ask you, what is one of the worst habits that you have seen that has caused complete financial duress for someone? Worst habits. Do you have a list in your mind?
Debt.
Really?
Buying things that you can't afford.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a client who was depending on a parent to die, and he blew and blew and blew money on credit cards. His dad ended up in a long-term care situation, and he did not receive the benefits that he thought he was getting inherited from his dad, and the crippling debt pushed him into bankruptcy.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. It's yucky. I mean, debt is just yucky. And
Yes.
anytime that we can avoid that or pay ourselves out of it and live a more lean lifestyle, especially in retirement. If you can go into retirement with no debt, I promise you it's going to be a lot less stressful.
Does that include people that want to pay off their mortgage? What advice do you have for them? Because I know you get that question all the time. Christina, what should I do? I don't want to go into retirement with having a mortgage.
I sure do. And I know that there are these financial gurus that are all over the TV and radio and whatnot that give that blanket advice that you should never have any debt. The mortgage can be an exception. First off, you need housing. And let's just say that you have a low interest rate, like maybe only 4% on your mortgage or less. I'm seeing a lot with less. But you're making 7% on your capital. Why would you risk your capital and pay the taxes on today's dollars or lose those phantom earnings? You're leaving money on the table if it's between 4 to 7%. You just left 3 bips on the table for no reason.
So many people have questions about that, I know. And then the other thing we talked about, of course, living beyond your means, trying to keep up with the Joneses. Can that derail someone if they don't have anything that's ever enough? They want more. Have you
Yes.
seen that?
I've seen those people that want more. I was definitely in relationship with people that want more, and just take. They're trying to fill something that's just not there. They're trying to fill a hole.
Usually, yes, you're right.
You need to find out what that is first.
Yep.
That's the problem. And one of the things that I've noticed is that when is enough and what do you call that? And I think grace comes into play on this one. Be grateful. Wake up every day. I encourage you all. Here we are. Wake up every day. Be grateful.
Yes.
List the things that you're grateful for, and I promise you that list of things that you think you're missing is going to dwindle down.
Most definitely. Christina, I know we're giving away a copy of your book today. What final words do you want to give our viewers at home before we say goodbye?
Yes, folks, we hope that you have found some peace of mind in financial wellness, mental wellness, emotional, physical. Definitely getting your overall wellness in order is important. We talk about this in the book, The Retirement Train. Please come by and get a complimentary copy, either at the Lexington or Louisville office. Call the number on the screen, 877-893-5099. Give us your address. We will mail it to you. We would love to bless you with this information and peace of mind. Take our quizzes. We've given you those all throughout. Please come by, see us if you need us. If it's a second opinion, that's okay too.
Christina, thank you so much. To our viewers at home, thank you for spending time with us today on Your Powerful Legacy TV. The number, 877-893-5099. Be safe, be happy, and be blessed, and be thankful. We'll see you back 1 week from today. Take care.